Reclaiming your power. The art of prioritizing self-worth and empowerment in relationships. Have you ever felt as though you were constantly chasing someone's attention, only to realize that it wasn't reciprocated in the way you deserved? Or perhaps you found yourself in a relationship where your value was measured by how much you gave, rather than who you were. What if the secret to reclaiming your power and truly empowering yourself in relationships lies in the simple yet profound principle of prioritizing your own self-worth? In a world where relationships, romantic, platonic, or professional, often come with unspoken expectations, it can be easy to forget the most crucial factor in any connection: your inherent worth. How many times have you given more than you received, hoping for validation, only to feel drained and undervalued? What if, instead of seeking others' approval, you could become a magnet for respect, admiration, and meaningful connections by simply embracing your self-worth and setting boundaries? In this video, we'll dive deep into how prioritizing your self-worth, mastering emotional discipline, and reclaiming your power can lead to healthier, more balanced relationships. By understanding and applying these core principles, you can shift the dynamics in your interactions and become a version of yourself that attracts the respect and love you deserve. Let's explore these transformative ideas and the practical strategies that will help you navigate your relationships with confidence, strength, and grace. Prioritize self-worth. The first step toward empowerment. How often do you find yourself putting others' needs before your own? Have you ever made someone a priority, only to realize that you were merely an option to them? If you've experienced this, you know how disheartening it can feel. The key to transforming your relationships is rooted in one simple yet powerful concept: prioritizing your own self-worth. Your value is inherent, and it doesn't depend on others' recognition or attention. When you begin to see yourself as a priority, you naturally create a space where others must either meet your standards or step aside. The importance of self-worth cannot be overstated. Often we get caught up in seeking validation from others, believing that our value is defined by how others perceive us. This mindset can lead to unhealthy attachments, desperation for approval, and a lack of boundary. But what if, instead of seeking external validation, you started valuing yourself first? What if your worth wasn't contingent upon someone else's actions or approval? When you prioritize self-worth, you shift the power dynamic in relationships. You stop chasing after people who don't value you and start building connections with those who respect and appreciate you for who you are. This shift not only protects your emotional well-being, but also elevates your self-esteem, allowing you to navigate relationships with greater ease and clarity. Imagine how empowering it would be to wake up every day, knowing that your value is not up for negotiation, and that you are worthy of the best the world has to offer. When you embrace your worth, you make space for authentic, fulfilling relationships to flourish. Desperation diminishes value. The subtle power of restraint. Have you ever found yourself desperately chasing someone's attention, texting or calling repeatedly, only to be met with indifference or silence? You may have experienced firsthand how desperation can diminish your value in others' eyes. Desperation gives others control over your emotions. And when you're emotionally dependent on someone else for validation, you lose your power. Confidence, on the other hand, is magnetic. When you exude self-assurance and restraint, you create an aura of respect and mystery. People are naturally drawn to those who value themselves and are not desperate for others' approval. To maintaining your power in relationships is emotional discipline. Confidence doesn't mean arrogance or superiority. It simply means having the ability to be calm, composed, and self-sufficient. No matter the circumstances, when you stop chasing after people or begging for attention, you regain control over your emotional state. You create space for the right people to come into your life, individuals who are genuinely interested in you and your growth. By practicing restraint and letting go of desperation, you allow your value to shine through naturally. This creates an environment where your worth is not questioned, and your relationships are built on respect, not on the desperation for attention or approval of absence. Creating value through space. Have you ever noticed how, when something or someone is always available, it loses its value? The power of absence is one of the most profound tools you can use to reclaim your power and control the dynamics in your relationships. Doesn't mean disappearing completely or playing games. It means creating space for reflection. When you choose to step back and allow others to miss your presence, you give them the chance to realize your importance. In relationships, people often take each other for granted when they are always present, always available, and always giving. But when you create distance, whether emotionally or physically, it makes others reflect on what they might lose. Invites curiosity, reflection, and most importantly, appreciation. People don't miss what's always there. They miss what they can't have. By practicing the power of absence, you regain control over the dynamic. You stop overextending yourself or being at the beck and call of others. Instead, you allow your presence to hold weight, so when you do engage, it feels meaningful and valued. Absence gives others the space to reflect on their behavior, their level of interest, and their commitment to the relationship. This subtle but powerful tactic helps you maintain your dignity and respect in all types of relationship. Over words. Let your presence speak volumes in a world filled with endless chatter and superficial exchanges. One of the most powerful ways to reclaim your power is by letting your actions speak louder than words. Too often, we find ourselves explaining, defending, or pleading for attention, especially in situations where our value is not being recognized. But when you remain silent and let your actions reflect your true worth, you create a lasting impression. Silence can be more powerful than words. In moments of tension, or when seeking attention, silence allows you to amplify your presence. By withholding unnecessary explanations or pleas, you force others to pay attention to your actions rather than your words. This approach creates an element of mystery and intrigue, leaving others to wonder about your thoughts, feelings, and intentions. When you let your actions speak for you, you demonstrate confidence and emotional discipline. You show that you don't need to justify your worth to anyone. Your value is clear through what you do, not just what you say. This creates a deeper level of respect in your relationships, as people begin to recognize that your actions are deliberate and aligned with your personal value. Practical strategies to reclaim your power in relationships. Now that we've explored the philosophical insights into self-worth and empowerment, let's delve into some practical strategies you can use to reclaim your power and build healthier, more fulfilling relationships. These strategies are designed to help you shift the dynamics in your relationships, regain control over your emotional state, and build deeper connections with the right people. 1. Very desperation often stems from the fear of rejection or abandonment. It's easy to fall into the trap of texting, calling, or chasing after someone who isn't giving you the attention you deserve. But burying desperation requires emotional discipline. Practice restraint by resisting the urge to chase after attention. Focus on your own growth and happiness. When you stop acting out of desperation, you start to attract people who respect and appreciate you for who you are. 2. Disengage through silence. Silence is a powerful tool for reclaiming your power in relationships. Use silence, not as a punishment, but as a means to protect your peace and create space for others to reflect on their behavior. When someone is not treating you with respect or attention, silence allows you to step back, regain your composure, and reevaluate the situation. Let your absence speak for itself. 3. Forge inner strength. One of the most empowering things you can do for yourself is to invest in self-improvement. This means working on your mental, emotional, and physical health. The stronger you become internally, the less you will be affected by others' indifference or rejection. Build resilience by cultivating your own worth, setting clear boundaries, and becoming emotionally untouchable. This inner strength will make you more confident and independent, naturally attracting respect and admiration. 4. Cultivate mystery. The element of mystery can reignite interest and intrigue in any relationship. Oversharing and keep parts of your life private. Let others wonder about you, your intentions, and your feelings. This mystery keeps the relationship dynamic and engaging, allowing the other person to rediscover their curiosity about you over time. Cultivate your individuality and let others be drawn to your evolving self. 5. Flip the script. Change the dynamics of your relationships by refusing to engage in predictable patterns. When you stop reacting in the same way, you force others to reevaluate their behavior. Instead of chasing after someone's attention, focus on your personal growth and let your lack of reaction make them question their actions. This will shift the power dynamic and make them realize the value of your presence. 6. Let them chase shadows. One of the most effective ways to reclaim your power is by being less accessible and predictable. Live your life fully, focusing on your own growth and happiness, and let others chase the elevated version of yourself. By becoming less available, you allow others to value your time and attention more. This shift creates an air of intrigue and respect, making you even more desirable and sought after. Conclusion: embracing self-worth and reclaiming your power. Reclaiming your power in relationships is not about being manipulative or controlling. It's about recognizing your inherent worth and refusing to settle for less than you deserve. By prioritizing self-worth, practicing emotional discipline, and creating space for others to reflect on your value, you set the stage for healthier, more empowering relationships. Remember, your worth is not determined by others' recognition. It is inherent within you. When you embrace your power and stop chasing after others for validation, you naturally attract the respect, love, and meaningful connections you deserve.